Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 76167. This is the LEGO Marvel Iron Man Armory set, which was released in 2020 as part of their kind of sort of Avengers game-based wave. This one isn't exactly based on anything from the game as far as I know, but the suits do look more, similar to it, and this is the same suit as the Iron Man game figure. But I don't think the Hall of Armor in the game looks like this. Basically, if it does, it's kind of coincidental because this Hall of Armor build is actually based on the build from the Endgame, or the Hall of Armor that was released for Endgame. I guess it wasn't based on Endgame. But, it's basically the same exact kind of build, and, includes a couple other figures. It's just kind of weird that these figures aren't really MCU based. It's, a little bit of a strange deal going on with this set, but front of the box looks cool. I do like this art up in the corner. Shame my box is a little bit destroyed, but I don't care too much about this set, so it's not that big a deal to me. You got a picture of the Tony Stark figure up there, and here's a look at the back of the box with everything included, really. So yeah, let's take a look at the build. So in the Endgame-ish Hall of Armor, I'm just going to call it the Endgame Hall of Armor because that's easier. We do get one additional build of Igor that's not really like attached to the Hall of Armor, but it's more like a vehicle, I guess. Even though that one's kind of more of a suit. But here we do get a actual vehicle, and it's Tony Stark's hot rod, which, looks kind of similar to the way it looks in the movies. There's obviously some differences, particularly with this front end here. There's a lot more red there, like on the very front, than there is, or in the movie, than there is here. So, it's not a perfect representation. I don't know if this vehicle appears at all in the Avengers game. I'm not well versed on that at all. So if there's any references to the game that I'm missing completely, sorry. I, mostly just got this because it's a little extension to the Hall of Armor. But, for what this is, it looks fine. The back end is really kind of simple. So, not a huge fan of that, but we do have the flame stickers, which, again, those do feel very MCU inspired. So, you could probably pretty easily modify this a little bit. Like, I think just giving the front end some work would probably make this a pretty decent MCU copy. And even just leaving it like this, you can tell what it's supposed to be. So, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world to include in a MCU kind of Hall of Armor display. I like the license plate. I think that looks pretty good. And, the back end is nice and curved. Really not too much going on here. You do have these stud shooters, which can shoot backwards. If you wanted this to be an attack vehicle, you could turn them around. I guess kids could probably have some fun playing with that, but these do just shoot off like normal stud shooters. I don't think they look terrible by default, but, kind of maybe just a little bit strange. And then you do have the engine up here, which is made with these hinge pieces. So, you just kind of hinge those into a position that works. Possibly a little tall, and possibly would have preferred them using the actual, hot rod engine piece that they sort of have, that exhaust thing. But here's what it looks like with a figure inside. Doesn't look too bad. Not my favorite thing in the set at all, but it's okay. And here we have a look at the actual kind of Hall of Armor that we get in this set. As you can see, we have 4 mostly identical sections of Hall of Armor here, where you can display 3 suits in its current form, sort of. To put a suit here, you will need to kind of move these up and out of the way a little bit. But you can get a suit in that spot, and you can easily remove this little weapon rack thing, or not weapon rack, but like tool rack, which I believe they include an identical build to this in the Hall of Armor. And, you're probably going to want to just keep a suit there anyway if you have enough Iron Man figures to fill it in. So this is fine filler. I do truly consider this really just filler, though, because it is literally just here to make that space look like it's meant for something if you don't have enough Iron Man figures to fill it. So, this is technically the right spot for that one. But, yeah, those are all fine. I do like this neat little, prototyping bench, which, maybe a little bit short for a minifigure. It's kind of, I would expect it to be maybe 1 plate taller, but again, that doesn't bother me too much at all. But, this is just attached to the rest of them, like normal. And we have this really cool, maybe 3D printer or something, some Stark Tech thing that is building up a little prototype Iron Man suit, which is done by printing a nano figure, which looks really cool. I'll show you that up close with the Iron Man suit minifigures in a little while. And then we have just a reuse of that cell phone print. As the previous All of Armor can do, you can change the kind of shape of this at will. Kind of just however you want to display it. The stickers here are silver on trans clear backed paper, and they get put onto trans blue parts. They can be a little bit hard to see, but we got a image of the sandwich extra delivery, I guess is what that one's saying. And then this one has the Stark car. Obviously these are kind of independent, but you can angle them so that they are kind of flush with each other. And then here in the backs you can see we have stickers of several different suits. Turning it around to the back you can see kind of the designs a little bit better. They are all backwards though, which is a little bit of a shame. It's kind of weird that you can't quite see these. I'm going to flip these around real quick just so you can see all of the images properly. And here they are with those flipped around. You can see we have the Fire Armor or Blazer, which is one of the suits that was included in the Avengers Tower set. We have War Machine, which I believe is also the this year's version of War Machine. It was in the helicarrier, I think. This one is the prototype armor, which is the minifigure included in the set. Again, these stickers can be a little bit hard to see. And then the last one is the Prime 20 armor. I don't remember if this is the other suit that is in the Avengers Tower, or if we've gotten that as a minifigure at all. I'm not sure, off the top of my head, but, you know, again, it is cool to get these stickers. And the weird thing is that they tell you to place them that way, because you can only see, like, the center of the figure anyway. So, you know, you can't see the name, so the fact that it's backwards doesn't really matter. And I personally, just so that I'm able to see this if I want to, I am going to choose to leave them like this, but I did want to mention that there is like a strange choice there where they tell you to, attach them so that, you know, they are facing forward, even though you won't be able to see any of the detail where that matters. And the other thing to mention is that these are a little bit more modular, where you can place them on top of each other if you wanted to make like a two-story Hall of Armor. I may actually end up displaying mine like on top of the second layer of the first Hall of Armor set, which I'll show you in the ending of this video, those combined. But yeah, I mean, it is nice that, you know, it's very easy to modify it to do that. Now, there is one other little tiny thing that is additionally available, and it is this box of Tony's Toys. There's actually nothing inside the box, and I'm not going to open it because it does get a little bit hard to put this top back on for some reason. I don't know if it's just my particular copy, or if that's just, you know, the case with these minifigure stands on crates, though I thought I had an easier time doing it in the ITS transport. This, I think, is supposed to be like some sort of spare engine for the hot rod. I don't really know for sure. And there is a cheeseburger, because everyone likes cheeseburgers, especially Tony. And he does have a coffee mug, because you can't have a Lego set without a red coffee mug. But yeah, you can just leave this kind of wherever and bring the hot rod here, and, you know, that makes a decent looking little display. And to look at the figures, I'm going to start off with the two bad guys in this set, which really particularly feel thrown in the set, because, you know, they're completely not really Iron Man related. They are based on the Avengers game, and they're these AIM agents. They are identical figures. You do get two of them. They both have the same weapon, which I just knocked out of his hand, but it is this like anti-conquest blaster with a hollow stud on the front. And if we remove his little helmet and turn his breathing mask thing around, you can see the printing on his face a little bit better. And to turn him around, you can see the back print. Again, it is the same on both of them, and there is no alternate facial expression. And, you know, these figures are okay, but, you know, you kind of get a lot of them if you get all of the Avengers sets from this year. You know, it's cool to have a couple maybe, but I'm not a huge fan of these. And next up for figures, we have Tony Stark and Iron Man Mark II, which I believe is technically the prototype suit from the Avengers game, and that's why it uses this mold of helmet. Though I think they might also just want to get rid of the other mold, because it's, you know, two pieces and has to be bagged specially, so it obviously takes some sort of extra kind of molding process, which is a shame, because I do think that the other one would have looked better for a Mark II suit, but, you know, I'm at least happy that we did get some sort of version of it in minifigure form. You know, it is very reflective, as you can see, and the torso printing and leg printing is pretty good. There is no face underneath there. The only Tony Stark head in the set is the one on the Tony Stark minifigure, and back printing on the Mark II is pretty good looking, And, you know, you do get the Infinity War Iron Man face with the heads-up display on the back. This torso is actually the same one that they used for Owen Grady from Jurassic World. I believe technically the Legend of Isla Nublar. It's like basically they first introduced one of this style in Fallen Kingdom, but it was ripped, and now I think they've reused it, like in this version, in a couple of like the animated series or whatever, Jurassic World sets. The last figure is this Avengers video game version of Iron Man. However, this one has the kind of, you know, mildly Infinity War inspired kind of booster things, which are attached with that Outrider neck bracket and have the little boosters in the back. You know, these are pretty simple builds, but they do just have 2 exclusive stickers, which do technically make it exclusive here. And he does also come with one of these kind of, I believe that's 3x3 of the trans light blue dish piece, just to act as a stand, which is kind of cool. But you can obviously remove, you know, those from his feet and remove the power blast from his hands, which, you know, if you don't know how those work, you push back on the back and it will kind of shoot off. The second one didn't work so well. He doesn't quite stand so well with that kind of back attachment thing, but, you know, I mean, it's possible, it's just not super easy. But let's take a closer look at the actual figure. And here is that figure up close, and I do really like the overall torso and leg design of this figure. I think that it looks good. Helmet, a little weird, takes a little getting used to. I don't hate it. I think it looks fine for the Avengers video game version, but, you know, it's just, I would prefer, or I generally prefer the overall look of the ones that use that special Iron Man mold. This one has no face print as well, which makes sense because, you know, it's in the Hall of Armor, so it is just a suit on display. There goes his head, and we can remove this pretty easily. There's actually a place to put this, which I will show you in just a second. And yeah, and just to turn it around and let you see now the back printing that comes with this torso print. It looks pretty good. I mean, you know, I don't, it's not like so good that I'm annoyed that the, you know, that armor piece blocks it, but, you know, it's fine. And yeah, I mean, I just like the red on dark red. I think that's a good look. And obviously you can pretty easily display this like this, which is exactly the same version that appears in a lot of the other sets. And just to give you one last look here at the little Hall of Armor, you can, you know, obviously place this back where it was before. And now with that kind of extra armor piece removed, you can place this Iron Man right there. You need a third Zoot to put there. You don't really want to put Tony there, but you could. And this place does have a place to rest, actually. It, you know, just slides onto that bar. You'd have to remove that bar to attach this to the other kind of Hall of Armor set. Like if you wanted to put more kind of modules over here, you would have to remove that, which is a little bit of a shame. So it would maybe have been nice if it was somewhere else, but it is nice that they did give you a place to put it in this set. So here is, you know, this set. We're going to push this to the side, though, and bring in my Hall of Armor. I believe this is still mostly set up the way that I had it at the end of my Hall of Armor review. Obviously, this is technically supposed to be here. I think I removed it since, though, just because it doesn't look that great. And we also have this little kind of computer chair thing in the center. So, you know, that's kind of what we got going on here. You know, it's a pretty good looking thing, and it's kind of filled in already. I'm going to take this little 3D printer section and put it over here. I think what I want to do is go a little bit more vertical here. So I'm going to pull off 1, 2, 3, 4 of these sections and just plop this on, you know, maybe we want to go one further and plop this on right here like this. I think that is a pretty decent look. And now this looks just kind of dumb, so I'm going to take that off. But now we still have a place to keep this. Maybe I'd want to... What if we take our Silver Centurion, plop him on here, and now move this whole assembly one further over. And now it's kind of as centered as you can get it, because it's an odd number. And now there is a little place up here. It's kind of a little walkway, and you'll be able to like walk up the ladder and onto there. I'd kind of need like one more Iron Man suit, which I don't have, so that's a little bit of a shame. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I think that it would look pretty good. Obviously, technically, Tony is suiting up there, but now you can have a Tony Stark standing here. You can put the hot rod, I guess, over here is a good enough place for it. Just it'll fit in the shot. You can still have his box of things. I don't really know if I want this. You know, I guess it doesn't hurt to put the radar dish up on this top layer that there's now no way to access, so it's not blocking anyone's path to anywhere. It would be weird to put one of these up here, but I do still have, I think these are both from that first Hall of Armor, so, I do still have these 2 assemblies. But we obviously can't forget Dummy, and now, we don't need the fire, we don't have to worry about that. And obviously there's also Igor, which I think I just placed on the top of the last one. I'm going to just leave him over here for now. That's fine. But yeah, this is a significantly better looking Hall of Armor, I think, actually. I like the way that looks. If these little gaps bother you, you can obviously just replace them with, 1x2 plates or tiles. And yeah, it is kind of a substantial looking build here. It does come out to $90 at retail price for the 2 of these sets, but at $90, and obviously the Iron Man figures are extra. You get this one, and this one with this first Hall of Armor set, and then you get these 2 with this one, and the rest is all just other random stuff. And you do have the one little build that I have here for the gun mounting system polybag that included Iron Patriot. But yeah, this is a pretty good way, I think, to display my Iron Man suits. So I'm pretty happy with it. Maybe we'll take the Heartbreaker and put it up here. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Just kind of, a little bit more symmetrical. Yeah, I think that's a good look. So I'm happy with this set. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I think on its own, this one is not that great. But I do wish that maybe one of these guys was left out and we got another Iron Man suit. Even if it was a duplicate, I think it would have added a little bit more value to this set. Because this particular set, you just have the one main Iron Man suit and then a single alternate, which just feels like a little bit of a shame. Even if they had to charge you a little more, maybe it would probably have added a good amount of value to it. Like a proportionately high amount. Oh wait, I do have one other Iron Man suit. I forgot about the Mark 85. So we can put that one down there. And now it looks even better. And I guess I do technically have almost another suit with this guy. But yeah, that's it for this Hall of Armor review and combination with the old one. I hope you guys enjoyed this little, video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.